Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad you can join me for Thursday's Pilates mat workout. I am here at Absolute Pilates, and we are just down the road from the Adventure Rocks Pewaukee location in the Sendix Town Center. And my name is Kristin Olson. I'm the owner of the studio, and I'm going to go over just a few little housekeeping stuff before we begin our workout. So again, if you need a few things, now is the time to grab those items. One is grab, if you have need support for your neck or your head, a towel is really nice. So a hand towel will be great if you have that, that you can put behind the back of your head to support your neck when you're in your laying down positions. The next item that if you happen to have at home would be a pair of like 2-pound hand weights or 1-pounders. Those are great too. They're not necessary. I'm not going to be using them so that you can see the exercises without. So if you have a pair at home, grab those. And then also, if you have a yoga mat, a Pilates mat, the difference between those two is that the mat in Pilates is a little bit thicker. So again, if you have, grab a bath towel if you have a harder surface, because you'll be rolling on your spine again, and we just want to make sure, or I want to make sure that your spine is supported and that you don't bruise the back when we're in our rolling exercises. So those are the items that you'll need. I'll be using in Pilates, what you'll see in the studio is a high-rise mat. Joseph Pilates created those mats so that you can keep your alignment and that you have a little bit more of an awareness of the space. So let's see here. What other items? I do want to address that Pilates is stretch, strength, and control. And all those movements you'll be doing in every exercise. So for today, I want to focus a little bit more on those three concepts. And in your own body, I want you to start to focus in on this workout on, do you need more stretch in that movement, in that exercise? Do you need more strength, or do you need more control? Control can be also just balancing, right? That we talked about on even Tuesday's workout, is that just holding a balance and not wobbling back and forth is going to help you as a climber. It'll help you as you do any kind of movement. And I'm glad that you can take this journey with me and just learn that Pilates mat work is such an efficient workout, especially for climbers or anyone that is just looking to build that strength, that control, that focus, that concentration that you need to complete for a really overall well-balanced workout. So let's begin. I'm going to adjust my camera again, and hopefully you can see my whole body on this one. So let's just do a little bit of getting that mat down there. And I stand back here. You can see me. All right, wonderful. So we're going to start. It doesn't matter where you're standing on your mat. This is just a standing upper body warm up that we're going to do before we go down into the mat to do all of the mat exercises. So again, like how we started on Tuesday, is that you want to take that Pilates stance, so it's heels together, feet a little bit turned out, so the feet are a little bit apart, but those heels are glued together. And your arms are going to cross one on top of the other. So from here, you're going to pull your knee up into your hands. Try not to bring your hands down to your legs. So here we begin with those high knee lifts for 10. So 1, lift, lift. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and 10, and 10. And then your arms are going to go out to the sides. From here, your knees are going to lift up to the side of your arms. So you're aiming that knee to the side. So 1, 1, 2, 2. Lift 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and 10, and 10. And then you're going to begin these arm series of movements. So if you have those 2-pound weights, 1-pound weights, grab those. And you're going to start with that 90-degree position with this bicep curl. So both arms are going to lift up in front of you. You're going to hold those arms at that shoulder level. You're going to pull the arms with resistance in. Your abdominal muscles are pulling in and up, and you're going to press out the arms. So we have 5 of these. Pull in even deeper or create more resistance, and then press your arms away. And pull in with really deep resistance here, pressing in and then pushing out. So 2 more. And push it away. Press it out. Last one, pull it in and press it away. Now your arms are going to open out, peripheral vision to the side. So just make sure that you see your arms and your hands, and you're going to bend them in. Make that bicep contraction and press it away. And pull, resisting in. Create that tension and push it out. So I'm working both directions, pulling it in and pressing it out. You feel your bicep muscles contract and then push away. And last one, and pull in and press out. Your arms come together and they lower down by your side. You're going to keep your elbows glued into the rib cage area. And from there, they stay glued as you curl in and press down. And again, curl in. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Press down. Curl in. Press out. 2 more. Curl in. And press out. Make sure your feet are really grounded. And last one, pull in. You can feel your heels, your big toe, your pinky toe, and down. So we're going to lift one arm up, glue it if you can, your head to your arm, straight arm, and stretch over to one side, and lift back up. Change. Lift the arm, and slide the other arm down, and lift back up. Change again, reach, this time even longer, longer, and then lift up. And don't move or push the hips to the side. So stretch without moving the hip away from that midline of your body. Really keep them stacked and side bend the body. And over. Notice if one side feels a little tighter, give that a little bit more stretch and lift and up That self-discovery is important. Where is your tighter side, if you have one, and come down. We're going to do the next exercise, which is in a tabletop position. So we're back to this Pilates stance. You're going to bend your elbows, like a 90-degree bend. Now we're going to lift your heels up, open the heels apart, and then plant the feet back down. And then bend the knees. You're going to hinge from your hips and get into a flat tabletop position with your back. So notice again that my knees have a little bend to them. I'm bending again from the back of the knee into the hip joint, and then my back is straight. From here, we're going to do is called boxing. One arm's going to push out, and then the other arm is going to extend back. And you're going to, again, reach in opposite direction, and then you're going to bend back in. The abdominal muscles are pulling in to support your back. So change, stretch, and bend back in. Push out, and bend back in. Press out, and bend back in. Stretch out, and bend back in. Reach out in opposite directions. 2 more. And in. And just let your arms relax down and your head hang down. Heels come together. Pull the abdominal muscles in and roll up to that standing position. And last we have is called shaving. And shaving is both palms are going to reach up to the ceiling. You're going to make that fingertip and thumb glued together at the top. And you're going to pull and bend the arms behind the back of the head. Try to get to the base of the neck. And then with, again, resistance, you're pushing up. But as you push up, press your heels, your feet down, pull in those abdominal muscles. Your posture is just as important. And then press back up and pull it down again. Create your own resistance and press back up. And try not to move the head forward as you try to bring the arms back farther and wider and up. And then your palms go up to the ceiling again, and you lower your arms down by your side. So now we're going to begin with the mat exercises. So we're going to, let me adjust my camera one time here. See if we can get it a little bit lower. And we are beginning with how to stand down nice and controlled and slow. So we're going to take one hand on top of the other, one leg behind you. Again, if there's an exercise that you need to omit it and continue on with the next exercise. Just listen to your body and what you know that you can do safely. Uncrisscross those legs. And then we're going to roll slowly down to our mat. And now we begin that 100. So before we begin the 100, let's just take a few breaths here. Breathing in through our nose and exhaling out of your nose. So you're pulling your abdominal muscles in and up, your ribs down and in. Breathe in again. See how much surface area you can get on your mat with your back, your neck, your head, your shoulder blades. One more breath. So for the heart and the lungs, to increase circulation and blood flow through your body, you curl up just to the tips of the shoulder blades up off of the mat. Arms are going to start at your hip level, and then you're going to lift the arms up just a few inches above and go right back down to the hip. So we're going to start moving those arms, inhaling and exhaling. Our goal is 10 breaths with the head up
up the whole time if possible. Eyes are on your stomach. Inner thighs are nice and engaged together. Feet are pressing down into your mat. And the rhythm will feel like you're inhaling for 5 pumps and exhaling for 5 pumps. And that's how we get 100 pumps for the 100. At any time, keep pumping, but you can lower your head down. And we talked about the legs up and then lowering them down to your working level. Bend your knees into your chest, lower your head down. We're going to roll up to a sitting position.
So again, we're going to work through those progressions of the roll up. We're going to roll slowly down again.
So chin to your chest. Press through the back of your spine to stretch that lower back. Just roll halfway down. And now exhale, curl back 1 vertebrae at a time up. Again for 2 more. Roll back the spine. Use your hands again to create that resistance. And then exhale, curl back up.
And last one.
Roll back down. And exhale, curl back up. Adding on to this movement, we roll down again. Let's go all the way down. Lower the head. Lift the arms up. Lift the head up between the arms. Try not to use that momentum to roll forward. And then you can straighten the legs and reach above the feet. The abdominal muscles pull strong and deep to curl now you down. Again, bent legs or straight. These are all those progressions here going back. So let's do 3 more. Just showing some different ways to make this exercise more challenging to you. Again, find what works for your body. A lot of Pilates is work in progress, right? As you do your mat work more, you're going to improve strength and endurance and stretch and control. Last one. Roll back down. Bring your arms down by your side. For leg circles, bend your right knee into your chest. First, give it a stretch as you push the opposite leg long. Extend the leg up. Give it another good straight-legged stretch if possible. Hands go down by your side. They're pressing nice and deep into the mat. Your anchor points, head, shoulders, abs in and up, bottom leg reaching long and anchoring. So circle the leg to the left. Down, around, up, 1. Cross around, lift, 2. Cross around, lift, hold. Cross around, lift, hold. Cross around, lift, hold. Reverse. Out, around, up, 1. Again, if you're a little tighter, round, up, 2. Okay. Out, around, lift, 3. Out, around, lift, 4. Out, around, lift, 5. Bend the knee into the chest. Lower that leg down. Switch legs. Left knee into the chest. Stretch it first. Extend the leg up. Give it a few straight-legged stretches. Again, if you're tighter, leg can be bent of the bottom leg and a little softer knee of the top leg. So let's do a few. Up to the right. Right, down, around, up, 1. Cross, down, around, lift, 2. Cross, down, around, lift, 3. Abs are strong. They're your anchor point to lift the weight of your leg. Last one. And reverse. Out, around, up, 1. Out, around, lift, 2. Out, around, exhale, up. Out, around, exhale, lift. And last one. Bend the knee into the chest. Lower the leg all the way down to your mat. And roll up to a sitting position. We have rolling like a ball. So hands, again, you're going to lift by your hips. You're going to lift your bottom up to your heels. Grab onto your ankles or your shins or behind the back of the knee. For rolling like a ball, the balance first. Then inhale, and you're going to roll back. Exhale, hold. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, hold your balance. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, again, relax those shoulders and balance. Inhale back. Exhale to balance. Last one, inhale. And exhale to balance. Rest your feet on your mat. Take your hands by your hips again. Lift your bottom up. And you're gonna roll down to your mat. For the abdominal series, you're gonna bend your right knee into your chest. Again, the goal of this exercise would be to keep the head up the entire time. So we're going to try to flow with this exercise a little bit more with finding some dynamic, slower and faster movements as I cue you through this. So right knee in, left leg out straight. And we're gonna pull slow for 4. So again, switch, pull 1, switch. And again, you're pushing your leg into your hands and creating the arm tension. Switch. Eyes on stomach. Switch. Switch. Hold. A little quicker. And pull. 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 Stretch. Change. Change. And change. Tuck both knees in. Arms and legs reach out. This is where, again, ribs pull down, abs scoop in, anchor your back, and then pull around and exhale in. So again, watch your abs. Lower back anchors, and abs have to scoop down and in. Inhale, push your arms and legs away. Exhale, pull them in a little quicker. Inhale out, exhale in. You can always go higher. Exhale in if it gets a little harder. And exhale in. I'm going to take a quick neck break. We're going to lift it back up again and go into single straight leg. Grab onto your right leg as straight as you can get that leg and lower the left. And change. And switch, and switch. Again, you're pushing your leg into your hands. Eyes on stomach. And let's go a little quicker. And pull, and pull, and pull, and pull, and pull. Stretch. Both legs up. Here's where, again, you can bring your hands underneath your bottom. Give it a little bit of a ramp. Your head can be down to begin. It's this, let's lower a few inches, lower abs are strong, and inner thighs are strong to lift you. So again, there's that Pilates stance. And again, we're gonna work on that flow. So ideally, again, just a Pilates goal would be to keep the hands behind the neck with the elbows out. And you're gonna inhale to push the legs away and exhale and lift them up and hold. And again, push the legs away and then exhale up and hold. And we have one more, press and exhale up and hold. Right knee to chest, twist and hold. 2, 3. Switch, so we're going up and forward. Switch, up and forward. And switch. And come down and rest. Tuck knees into chest.
And come up for a sitting position. And we're gonna slide this mat in a little closer and see if we can get this. Just a little bit in. Okay, open leg rocker. Arms are out in front of you. Sitting up tall on your inhale. So inhale, and then you're gonna exhale and curl your spine down into the mat. And then you're gonna inhale and roll back up. So again, on the tighter side, if you're tighter in your hamstrings, bend the knees a little bit. Feet can also, you can sit up on something if you have something to sit up on. And you can take an exhale again. But just bending the knees. And then inhaling and rolling back up. I want you to focus on getting that low back to get some curl and some movement. So inhale again. And roll back up. And last exhale. And inhale up. So again, we're going to work on that balancing position for open leg rocker. Hands are going to grab either to the ankle or behind the back of the leg, the thigh area. And then from that balance point, the most important part again is to just work on holding one leg up first, finding your balance, sitting up really tall through your spine and coming down. So again, the leg doesn't necessarily have to be straight. You just have to find that connection. Hold your balance, keep your back up, and now you can use both legs up. Something to just practice is to close the legs together. See if you can hold that and open them apart and bring them back down. So we'll do one more of those. Lift up tall through, all the way through the back, top of the head, close the legs, open them apart, and bring them back down. So now we're going to roll back. We're going to lift up again. Again, lifting through the back. Spot something and roll back. And lift up. And again, rock back. And lift up. And a few more, rock back. And lift up, just hold your balance. 2 more, rock back. And lift up. Keep that arm to leg connection. Rock back. Lift up. And then the legs close together. and you're gonna climb down the backs of your legs. So I call open leg rocker, like holding, or like basketballs, you're throwing a basketball into the net. And if you don't make that every single time, that's okay. So just that practice again.
So pressing down the palms of the hands into the mat, you're going to make a small circle with the legs. Circle to the right, left, and then center. Left, around right, and center. You can make these bigger to challenge yourself, but just make sure that the abdominal muscles are anchored to the mat to allow you to make your circle. Slowing it down makes it a lot more challenging as well. Less momentum. And exhale on the way up. Bend the knees into the chest. Roll up to a sitting position.
Legs go to the boxes again, or just outside of your mat. And your arms are out to the sides for the saw. So feet flexed, take an inhale. This is a breathing exercise. And you're gonna exhale. You're gonna inhale, stack the spine up, twist, and exhale. Inhale, up, twist, exhale, stretch. Inhale, up, twist. Exhale, stretch. So we want to keep the shoulders square when we go forward. And then as we reach towards the leg, we want to pull the abdominal muscles back to our spine and come up. So if you're more on that like limber side and you have more flexibility, the abdominal muscles can be your brakes to help you not fall onto the leg or just kind of collapse over that leg. Okay, so from here we have onto the stomach, and we're going to do 3 exercises onto the belly again. So again, from here, I just like to bring my hands a little wider. I also like to bring them down a little lower. Most important part about this exercise is that, again, your abdominal muscles are supporting the back to actually articulate and stretch. So we're going to push up into what we call the neck roll. So lift up the head, press down with your arms. Come up to a position that you can hold again and support yourself. Inner thighs, lower abs, shoulder blades down. Look to the right. And now roll your neck down, around to the left and center. Look left and down, around to the right and center. And come down. Bring your fists together. Some people like just apart a little bit and planting the fists. Others like to hold the fists knuckle to knuckle. So again, whatever your preference is, to feel like you are creating this resistance against, you are pressing and kind of pretending to scrape the arms towards you with your abdominal muscles pulling in and up. And then the head and chest are up, and you're going to pull one leg in. The legs should stay glued together, and we're just going to go a little quicker. Pull, 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 pull. Don't lose the integrity of the tension that you're creating with the upper body as you pull the heel closer to your seat and come down. Turn your head to one side, bring your hands up your back. Now you're going to take both legs and squeeze them together and bend them and pull 2, 3. And we're going to lift. Again, if you're flexible, you can grab your thumbs, anchor them together, and then lift them up. If not, just bring them out
hold, and turn your head the other way. And 1, 2, 3. And lift, lift, lift. Try not to lift the feet, lift the upper body. 1, 2, 3. So my feet are pressing down. They're not lifting. I'm seeing if I can get my upper body up. And then last one. 1, 2, 3. And hold the breath. And come back down. Hands by your chest. You can sit back to your heels. And again, from here, you're just rounding the spine, giving it a good stretch. So this is the most important part right here, is to pull abdominal muscles up to open up and stretch the low back. And we're going to go to our hands and our feet with those knees slightly bent again. And you're going to extend one leg out and then tuck it in for 5, 2, 3, 4, and out 5. And switch. Out, pull in 1, out, pull in 2, out, pull in 3, and 4, and 5. Plant both feet down, kneel down, turn around. This is the neck pull. Very important that, again, the feet are hip width apart, toes up, and that your legs are the anchor point of this movement, and we want the spine to be part of the articulation of the movement. So we want to really, again, limber up that spine, get those abdominal muscles to work for us, but anchoring down from the hips down. So again, those progressions that we talked about, you can take your hands behind the backs of the legs and just slowly start to roll one vertebrae down. And then just learn about rolling one vertebrae up. And again, you're pushing through your heels. Your abdominal muscles are drawing back to your spine. So we're going to just add on some variations of the hand position. So hands go behind the back of the neck. We're going to press into our head, into our hands to create that tension again, to lengthen up through the neck. And then you're going to roll one vertebrae down. If you feel like you're going to, again, lose that control, you can reach the hands in front of you. Reach your back long against your legs, lift up tall. Now take an exhale and roll down. And we're going to stay up, legs glued together. Again, if you're on the tighter leg, just bend the knees, arms out to the side. Don't use momentum with the arms. Take an inhale and exhale and inhale. The legs are glued together. Now we're going to inhale to twist and exhale to center, and inhale and exhale. So again, if you cannot go onto your knees, I'm going to show you the side lying position. For those of you that can go on your knees, we're going to bring the knees together and glued, and we're going to do is called a kneeling side kick series. So either version, more challenging version would be hand is about a foot off of the knee, right leg out, hand behind head, and we're going to lift the leg up. Okay, And again, if you cannot balance on the knee or the wrist is too uncomfortable for you, come down onto your mat, prop your head up, bring your feet off to the front of your mat so that your hips are stacked, and and hand here. And then we're gonna lift that leg up again. Okay, so now the leg up, either in that kneeling position or in this position, we're gonna go to the front and you're gonna reach to the back. To the front, to the back. Your hips are pushing forward and back. Last one. And back. And you can rest the leg just down for a moment. You're going to pick it back up again, and we're going to do small circles. So the leg lifts up, and you circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3 up, 4 up, 5 up. You're going to come up to your knees. And to change sides, again, either in this position, head prop up, feet in front, or on the kneeling position. We're going to change sides to do the other leg. So we lift the leg up again to hip level, and you're going to kick to the front, and you're going to press to the back. Your bottom leg is your anchor leg. Front and back. And front and back and front and back. And again, we can rest that leg. Just a moment, we'll go into circles, lift the leg up to hip level, and 1, 2, 3 up, 4 up, 5 up, reverse 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, 5 up, and come down. We're going to change sides one more time, and we're going to work on those inner thigh lifts. So again, we're going to go down to that lying down now position. Hips are stacked, elbows in line with your hip, your head is straight. It's not tucked in and rounded, or you can rest your head down on your arm. From here again, both legs are stacked in front of you, just off of the front of an imaginary mat if you have it. If you don't have a mat, bring the knee up, point that kneecap up to the ceiling as best you can as you grab behind the back of the ankle and then plant the foot. And once the foot's planted, then get that knee up. And then extend this leg back a little bit today so we can get a little bit more stretch through the whole side of our, underneath our body, the side lying body. So we're going to lift the leg up, and you got circles around up, 1 up, 2 around and lift, 3 around and lift, and 4 around and lift. And reverse, point the toe down, around up 1, around up 2, around up 3 and 4 and come down. Bring the top leg to the bottom leg. We're going to change sides one more time to do the other inner thigh lift. So again, lining up to the edge of your back, take the top leg, bend the knee, cross it in front, kneecap up, point it up to the ceiling, slide that straight leg back a little bit longer. Now lift the leg up, point the toe down, and circle. Around up 1, around up 2, around up 3, around up 4. Reverse. Around up 1, around up 2, around up 3, around up 4, and lower the leg down. Slide that leg down,
And we're going to go into teaser for our next exercise. For the teasers, these again go into different progressions of making the exercise more challenging. And so I'm going to show you just the single leg teaser first. And then as we continue on with some of these mat classes, I'll show you ways to make this exercise more challenging as we start it. But the foundation is the most important part of your teaser. It's ideally a roll up with your legs in the air, is what I remember one of my teachers saying. So we're going to roll down first to our mat. Again, find a position where the feet can stay planted, pressing into the mat. And then you're going to extend one leg out. And again, it's glued knee to knee. Again, there's a little bit of that turnout of the foot so that the inner thigh muscles can squeeze and the lower abs can pull down. So pressing down firmly into the bent leg and foot and extending out through that straight leg, you're going to roll one vertebrae up. So lifting up the head. Again, if you get stuck, you can grab the backs of your legs and start to climb up a little bit like that and then reach forward. So again, notice that I'm keeping my back in more of the rounded position. I'm not sitting up. I'm rolling one vertebrae down and I'm concentrating on the inner thighs, then the lower abs to help me control that movement. And two more. And really firmly press down into the mat. And last one. Strong lower abs and inner thigh muscles to help you. Change legs. Okay, again, I'm glued knee to knee. Turn my foot out. Inner thighs, lower abs, and I'm ready to roll. Slowly one vertebrae up at a time. Roll forward. And then roll down. So there's that opposition that we're talking about, is that I reach forward, my abs are always pulling back to my spine, and then I'm rolling back down. And then usually you exhale on the harder part of the movement. So that rolling up, when you get to that hard part, taking that exhale really will help. Okay, so now we have the seal. And if you can stand up on the sixth seal, which would be, remember how we talked about taking the legs back away from the legs, hands away from the legs, crossing the legs and then standing up to a standing position. Again, if you'd like to try that or attempt that, again, just be safe, know what you can and can't do at home. So from here, we're to the sides of the ankles. You want a straight arm and you want your knees to be quite open so that we can get from the movement from the hip. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. You're gonna roll back and roll up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Just don't push off of your neck. And 1 more. And you take your hands out and you come up to standing. And you uncross the legs and you press your arms down.
All right. Let's see here. We need to go a little bit.
All right, my head is cut off, but you can see the rest of my body. I'm just gonna finish with a Pilates push-up. And so heels together, toes apart, arms reach up to the ceiling. Okay, so you're stretching up long. You're gonna round down
one vertebrae peeling off an imaginary wall. If you are a little tight, just bend the knees. Walk your hands out with minimal amount of hand movement to get you out to your push-up position. Again, the heels are glued together, toes apart, and when you do your push-up, your elbows are pointing back as your shoulders and your body feel like they're pitching forward. So the elbows go back as the body goes forward and up. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Walk back. Round your back. You can also give yourself a little stretch by grabbing onto the backs of the legs, pull the abdominal muscles in, roll up to that standing position. Let's just do one more set. Round down, abs are in, walk out. Inner thighs and bottom are tight. And you're not wavering, so it doesn't matter how low you go. It's 1 up, 2, press up, 3, press up, 4, press up, and 5, press up. Walk back, stretch, and pull and roll up to a standing position. Press your arms down by your side.
And you have done your Pilates for Thursday on this nice sunny day here. I look forward to seeing everybody next week. So please join in for Tuesday and Thursday at 2 o'clock and have a great weekend. Bye.